innovators at Litton, the Litton over-the-range microwave oven. It's a full-size deluxe microwave oven with built-in hood that saves counter space and adds a stylish touch to any kitchen. Best of all, it's a mill-in-one oven with metal rack and Litton's exclusive dual-feed cooking system, Litton Air. One more way that Litton is changing the way America cooks.
Litton Microwave is available at MAC TV and Appliance on Chapman Highway.
Saturday night at 7, the corn grows tall on Channel 10's Hee Haw.
I'll try.
It's an hour of music and fun on television's favorite country shindig. Be watching Saturday night at 7.
Hi, I'm Helen Cornelius, and join me this week as I visit that zany gang on Hee Haw for a whole hour of fun right here on this station.
Join Buck and Roy and the whole Hee Haw gang as they welcome Helen Cornelius to Hee Haw Saturday night at 7 on Channel 10.
This week on Channel 10's Saturday Late Movie of the Week, it's Robert Mitchum as Philip Marlowe in Raymond Chandler's Farewell, My Lovely.
What the hell was it? I thought taking the money was the best way to keep my finger in.
Farewell, My Lovely, starring Robert Mitchum and Charlotte Rampling, Saturday night at 11:30 here on Channel 10. Reach for it.
Man Candy out against Kenny Hall, 344 pounds. Candy, a big tough gentleman out of Atlanta, Georgia. Izzy Slapper is prying him for a title shot with Black Jack Mulligan, but they've embarrassed Jack Mulligan Jr. on a couple of occasions, and that's the match that I want to see. Jr. against Candy should be a barn burner right now. Candy again going outside to throw Kenny Hall in. He wants to do some damage. And his manager staying ringside with a smile spread across his face. Slapowitz very happy at what he sees Ray Candy doing. Referee Izzy himself is going to get physically involved in this Mulligan situation because I don't believe Jack Sr. is going to stand by and let Candy and Slapowitz publicly embarrass Jr. more than a couple of times. Kenny Hall climbing back through the ropes, and Candy catches him with a resounding chop. Drapes him across that top strand of ropes. And the man from Hot Atlanta, Ray Candy, dominating offensively, slams Kenny Hall. And Hall, a game young competitor, certainly spotting a lot of poundage here. 133 pounds to be exact. Candy being warned about breaking on those ropes by referee McMurray. Candy with another chop. Takes Kenny Hall and pitches him again outside the ring. And Slapowitz saying, that's what we're going to do to Junior. That's what we're going to do to Junior. The referee tolling his count. Kenny Hall has a 10 count to come back in. Candy, impatient, doesn't want to wait, goes out and helps Hall in. But it's not the type of helping hand that any of us would want. As that elbow comes crashing down the forearm, this time across the shoulders of Kenny Hall. A chokehold, excuse me. And Candy right back at him. Ray Candy in control. Kenny Hall needing to mount some sort of offense here. Candy goes to the windpipe again to cut off the air. And of course, if you're watching in depth, we're looking forward to having Jimmy Valiant here with us. I've known Jimmy for several years, and he is quite an elaborate, outgoing young gentleman and a great crowd pleaser wherever he wrestles. Coming up in our next match will be Jay Youngblood out of Mescalero, New Mexico. He'll be taking on Deke Rivers, and we'll be getting our first look at here on our television screen, but he comes with great credentials, a fine young competitor. Right now, Ray Candy bearing down on Kenny Hall. Candy scoops his man and slams him to the canvas. Candy in the driver's seat. The only way way for Kenny Hall to handle Ray Candy with a big poundage difference is to move on him, use his speed, and Candy is taking that away. And Hall gets a leg across the ropes. Candy with a shot into the windpipe once again. Sit down. Kenny Hall pitched out of the ring once again. The referee starts to toll his count. Candy pulls him back in now. And I think he could have put Hall away here earlier, but Southwest intends to inflict some punishment. And the Candy splash. Big Ray drops 344 on the...
On a regular basis here in the East Tennessee Valley was the subject of a news conference this morning at John Tate's Ivy Glen Training Center. Dick King and Ace Miller have formed a company to promote local boxers turning pro in nights of boxing in different East Tennessee towns. This morning, Greg Prather went over to the conference for us, and while there, he talked with Dick King.
Well, this is the first professional endeavor for KO Promotions, which is a partnership of Ace Miller and myself. We've been handling amateur boxers for around 30 years, and we've decided that now we're going to try to offer them the opportunity to start their pro career without going out of the state, since we have such outstanding talent in the state of Tennessee. So we've started this promotion company, and we're going to have our first fight in Morristown at the East High Gymnasium on October the 4th. And some, if not all, of the outstanding amateur fighters who are now turning pro in the area are going to headline that fight.
Matt Davis from Morristown and Bernard Taylor from Knoxville will headline the first night of boxing, which will be held in Morristown on Saturday night, October the 4th. Tennessee's football team lost its two top tight ends to injuries on the first day of contact practice drills yesterday. Reggie Harper, an all-Southeastern Conference receiver, went out with a sprained knee, and his backup, Mike Cofer, suffered a back sprain. Calvin Dickerson, a 210-pound freshman from Memphis, moved to the first team as a temporary replacement for Harper and Cofer. But Coach Johnny Majors cautioned that he has not begun promoting any freshmen into the starting lineup yet. The coach also said that he wasn't too excited about yesterday's session. The Vols will hold their first scrimmage tomorrow at the stadium. Rich Dower was the batting hero for the Baltimore Orioles last night as they inched closer to the New York Yankees in the American League East race. They downed the California Angels last night by a score of 7-1. And we have a wrap-up on the game for you now from Jim Hill.
Bottom of the fourth inning, and Don Baylor gets a long single down the left field line. Dan Ford scores from second base. It's 1-0. In the fifth inning, Baltimore takes the lead for good. Rich Dower gets a double to right center field. Two-run score. It's 2-1. In the bottom of the sixth inning, leading 3-1, John Lowenstein hits a home run deep into the right field stands. It's a 3-run lead at 4-1. Still in the sixth inning, Rick Dempsey puts one just out of the reach of Baylor in left field. Two-run score for a 6-1 lead. Baltimore adds another one on a sacrifice fly. They win it 7-1. Jim Hill for CBS News, Los Angeles.
In other sports news tonight, China won the men's team title at the U.S. Gymnastics Federation International Meet in Hartford, Connecticut. Japan finished second. The United States was third. Dallas Cowboys star Tony Dorsett accepted a new multi-year contract extension late yesterday, and that ends the speculation that he'd walk out of the team's training camp. But the terms of the agreement have not been disclosed. Finally, second-seeded Eddie Dibbs led the charge into today's quarterfinals of the Atlanta Open tennis tournament. He routed Tom Gullickson 6-2, 6-2. And now on this, my last